Did I compromise my luck for my hygiene? Because you. Hey guys, so for this video, sorry I look really crazy right now because I just got out of the shower, which today is New Year's. Did I compromise my luck for my hygiene because you're not supposed to shower today? I went to the gym, so I feel like that's a necessity. But anywho, there's a number of things that I can go into just because obviously it's January 1st. Happy New Year. Not sure when you're going to see this, so it might either be too late or whatever. So there are a couple things that I am doing for 2025 that I have not done in previous years. Past couple years have been kind of crazy for me in a number of ways. So this year I want to truly be more intentional with everything that I do and not go through the flow, go with the flow. I mean, you obviously have to go through the flow because it's life. Life is never a straight path, as I've learned, and probably many of you have learned already. There are a couple things that I'm doing to make sure that I have a course for 2025. I would love to accomplish all of these things in this year, but I know that whatever journey I go on, it has to be a continuous thing. It can't just be, you know, just this year I'm gonna go ahead and step it up. There's just a number of items that I have written down in order to accomplish it, but I've also written them in different ways. The first thing is I made a bingo card. I don't want to show my bingo card because there are things in there that are kind of personal, and also too there are some surprises in there that I want to keep to myself. But I mean, there's like your usual stuff, you know, oh, I want to go on a trip here, or I mean, even hitting 1,000 on YouTube would be great for this year, and that's one of my bingo cards. But I thought it was a cool idea. I saw this I think last year too, but I didn't make one, and so I decided like, let me make one this year, because I like whenever I set goals, I like if there's like a quote-unquote reward, which I actually haven't decided yet. I need to decide if there's a different prize that I'm gonna give myself whenever I complete a row versus a column versus going diagonal. And the way that I arrange the bingo card, it's not in any particular order, so to speak, or there's no rhyme or reason to how I place the items. It's like I kind of thought of it. I just try to make sure that there were different types of goals in each row and column. So for instance, if it was a health goal, I made sure that they weren't all in one row. Maybe as I go through them, I will, maybe when I complete a row, maybe, I don't know. Again, some of these things are personal, and I know I'm here to like, you know, get a little personal with y'all, but I don't know if I'm ready to share those things. But I just know I have a bingo card. I'm excited to complete those goals. There are small things, there are bigger things. I didn't aim super high, and I know, you know, if you want to go, you want to shoot for the stars essentially, but I want to be realistic with what my goals were this year, because a lot can change in 365 days. However, it also is going to take more than 365 days to complete certain things. With that being said, I'm excited to see how this bingo card works out for me this year. You know what? I will link. There's a girl who had a template. I mean, it's pretty easy. You just make like a 5x5 on Canva, but she had like the text already, and I even inserted a quote at the top too. So actually I'll probably link that on Canva so that you guys can have that to use if you want to make one. I don't think it's ever too late to make a bingo card because you have 365 days to do so. I've seen a lot of people actually as well have the idea of making a bingo card each month. That's a lot for me. That is a lot for me to do. Cause that's 25 things in a month. I mean, I know there are probably little things like, oh, going on a walk for 5 miles, or I don't know, getting 10K steps, or trying a new restaurant. Like, yeah, those are easy things. I just do not have that time currently to do so. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I think you would kind of make it a theme as well. So for instance, like for January, it could like it could be a dry January situation. It could be, you know, just trying new things. February can be really about either dating yourself, meaning like taking yourself on solo dates, or with your significant other. There's just so many things I feel like you can do with that. I personally might try that another year, but for this year I really just want to focus on one card for the year. So I'm excited for that. Period. So another thing that I did was I came across this TikTok of this girl who had the whole year basically on one poster board. Let me actually, okay. So, oh, new. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so this is kind of big. Okay. Oh, you can see my ring light. Nice. Yeah, because the lighting in here. So I printed out this huge poster board for the whole year. Again, I'll link this as well because it's only $5 and I could probably make this myself, but like why when somebody already did it? So I printed this out. You know, you get the download and then you go to your Staples, CVS, Walgreens. It really depends on how big you want the poster. Her ratios were basically like 2 to 3. So I don't know if that's how you say that, but that's how I'm gonna say it. So it was like doing a 16 by 24. Yeah, 16 by 24 or a 24 by 36. A lot of people were doing 24 by 36. That is too big for me. Although I have the space for it, I just don't think I need that. That also meant I would have to buy a new frame and I didn't feel like spending money. I thought this was really cool. I basically had circled all the holidays that I would get for my full-time job. I blocked off the trips that I'm taking. I put stars for birthdays, which I realized that there are a lot of birthdays in the first 6 months of my life. No, I think it's actually pretty even, which is even more crazy because it's like, I swear I don't have friends, but like somehow there's all these birthdays on here. But yeah, so I thought that was really cool. So I have a couple things in the first 6 months. I'm hoping to fill this out with a couple more things in the second half of the year. I think it's nice to have an overview of your year because if you like, when we look at our year, we look at it like, oh, it's only January. When I look at this, I'm like, damn, January is not a lot of time. And before I know it, it's gonna be September. It's gonna be December. It's gonna be Christmas again. Yeah, let's not talk about that because that already stresses me out thinking about that. I like the fact that I can see my whole year, but I also have my Google Calendar. So like I can't put all the details on here because it's pretty small. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, like it's small when it comes to the text or what you can write. Again, maybe if you had a 24 by 36, you can make it a little bigger. So I still have my Google Calendar and that truly is like day-to-day stuff. I love using my Google Calendar. If I didn't have it, I don't know what I would do. All the little things are color coded so that I can kind of spot like, okay, this is an appointment or this is, you know, a task and whatnot. So let me put this back. All right. I didn't have a script for this video, but I kind of like the fact that I'm just yapping. For 2025, those are the 2 things that I've added to my regimen. To my life. I'm gonna say I just added to my life so that I can be a little bit more goal oriented. I think the last couple of years have been very much so I'm going with the flow, which it has worked in other phases of my life, but now I just need to be a little bit more intentional in my opinion. So yeah, so those are some of the things I'm doing for 2025 to make sure that I stay on track and being more intentional. That's what it is. For 2025, I would love to be more intentional with what I'm doing so that every day there's this, you know, I hear it all the time. I don't know where it's from, where you want to become 1% better every day. And 1%, you know, in the grand scheme of things, like it's obviously like a very small percentage, but obviously as you add it up, you're gonna get to 100% before you know it, maybe even 200%. Hell, 365 days, 365% better. As long as I'm on the up and up, of course I know that there are always going to be obstacles. There are always going to be obstacles when it comes to you wanting to achieve your goals. I just need to refer to my bingo card. Always remember that I want to be intentional and that everything is happening for a reason. That it's not necessarily a setback, but it's really like truly to make you think about whether you truly want it or not, whatever that it may be. And there are other ways that you guys have probably, you know, tapped into to better yourself for 2025. I know that there's a lot of people who are getting iPads. That's a huge thing. I have one myself. I mean, right now I don't use it for my organization because I felt like that wasn't a useful tool for me. Of course, when it comes to content creation or when it comes to my calendar, like that's very useful. But when it comes to the whole digital planner thing, it just didn't work out for me. I tried it. I tried so many different ones to see if there was just if it was the planner or if it was me. It was definitely me. It's not for me. But I see all of these videos, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a bunch of videos too about organization ideas or organization tips on an iPad. It's really useful. So I'm gonna mainly use mine for content creation, you know, editing on Canva, editing through CapCut. Another thing that I have seen people do is having an accountability partner. That's huge. I will always ask my boyfriend, I will say, hey, I want to do XYZ. Can you make sure that I do ABC? And so he'll be like, okay. And he really does, like, and you have to make sure that you have somebody who will actually help you in reminding you. Sometimes we all need that little push. It's similar to one of my goals was, you know, to get more healthy, whether that's losing weight, gaining muscle, whatever the case may be. I just want to be more healthy. So with that, workout classes are a great way to keep you accountable, because especially if there's some type of, not a fee, but like if you get dinged for it, you know? I know I did Orange Theory for a little bit, and you had to cancel the class 8 hours prior, and if you didn't, it count, or if you didn't cancel, and obviously if you didn't show up, it still counted you as showing up, but of course it just shows as a cancel, so you lose that credit. I don't do Orange Theory anymore. It was great for me trying to start my journey, my weight loss journey. So now I go to Lifetime and I do the classes through there. So they're a little bit more flexible with giving you 2 hours to cancel, and that really helps with me because sometimes with work, it gets really hectic to the point where I'm not sure whether I can go to a class or not, but at least I still have up until that 2 hour mark in order to determine whether I can go or not. But again, it's a great way to keep you accountable because it's a time that you have to be there. And of course, there's always some type of, what is the word that I'm looking for? Consequence. There's always a consequence if you don't go to the class. Again, life happens, so don't, you know, completely bog yourself down just because you couldn't go, but just know that obviously with every type of workout class, there is gonna be some type of consequence if you don't, because obviously your place in that class is taking up somebody else's spot if you weren't gonna go anyway. So all that to say, having an accountability partner, any type of way to keep you accountable, I think having a partner is probably the best way, whether it's a friend, a significant other, a coworker even, you know, which probably is your friend at this point, but truly having somebody who cares about you and cares about your goals, that's really important. Because if I were to, I don't know who I can ask. We'll say my brothers, honestly, because my brothers, again, love them to death, but you know, they're so busy in their lives, and quite frankly, they probably don't even care what I do on a day-to-day basis. They're also in a different time zone, so maybe that's another thing too. But regardless, just finding somebody who can really help you tap into that. And hopefully you're an accountability partner for them too, because I think it has to be a give and take situation so that you guys can both strive to meet a goal. So those are the things that I am doing to make sure I have a track for 2025. Stay tuned on, you know, the progress that we make on our bingo card, because I was thinking vision board, but then it's a bingo card. And hopefully I add more to that calendar up there. I would love to add more trips on there, really just little events. So yeah, and really utilizing all the tools that I have, whether it's my phone, iPad, something to make sure that I stay on track. But yeah, so that is this video. I'm hoping that I inspired you in a way to have a track for 2025. And even if you don't have it now, like, you know, it's not like you can't make a goal literally 10 days from now. Just because it's January 1st doesn't mean anything. You could literally make one in February 1st. Your goal setting should not have a, like, you know, a cemented date. It just so happens that I actually decided this like in December. I decided in December that I was gonna do XYZ for 2025. I didn't wake up today and say, oh, I want to do all these things. No. I decided in December, I was like, I really want to make a change. The trajectory of my life has been a little rough. So I'm hoping that we're on the up and up, at least working up there. It doesn't have to be consistent, but at least, you know, it's making its way. Because again, it's been rough. I think everybody can be the best version of themselves as long as they take the time and effort to really define what they want to do and what they want to accomplish. So with that being said, stay tuned for 2025 updates on my bingo card, and I'll see you guys in my next video.